You're now tuned into STWF TV, the Parlay Perspective. The Parlay Perspective. Where we talk hockey.
Feed Byfield around one man in on goal. Scores! What a goal! Quentin Byfield! And that gets Jim Fox out of his seat here at Crypto.com Arena.
Basketball.
Take matters into his own hands, Van Horn. Now you got to get this in from Turkey. Oh my gosh! Down, Kobe.
Football.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
Wilson's gonna lob one, and somehow, some way, Paul Richardson comes up with the ball.
Cuts upfield. Hurdles over a couple of people.
Oh my goodness, did you see that? He hit Steve Brown with what looked like a karate kick.
Baseball and more.
Well, there goes again. Pitch is swung on a miss. Throw to second base is high. They're going to say that Rojas got in the way. It doesn't matter. Sosa tagged him out anyway. That was an amazing catch and tag by Sosa.
The Parlay Perspective. The Parlay Perspective.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the show, The Parlay Perspective. I'm Dale. We got Meta Watt in the house. What's going on, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's Monday. Get your grind on. Get your shine on. We here.
Yep. Funky ass Monday is here.
Funky monkey.
Honk in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, bomb, ring the alarm. Yes, sir. Should do Unc with STWF TV and sports in the building, man. So you know what's going down. Got a lot of good sports news, a lot of sports things happening. Got the finals. So, man, let's I'm ready to be on this parlay payday perspective. Let's get it.
Parlay payday. I like that.
Let's go. Coach Lee, what's up, man?
What's the damn deal, Dale? How everybody doing this evening?
Good.
Man.
Can't complain.
It looks like we're gonna be. It sounds like you driving, so hopefully you keep your eyes on the road, man. Like before, you have a short ending.
No, not at all. Headed over here to get this future NFL Hall of Famer from practice, so it's all gravy.
All gravy, baby. Yeah.
As long as you're not going to that trash bowl in Arlington where the Cowboys play at. So
we are not going to the Superdome, and it's not even super.
Go back, yes, sir.
All right, man. We got a good show for y'all. So let's get started with. There we go. Now we can get started with this thing here. Jake in the building. What's up, man? It's kind of snuck in here on us, Jake. What's the dang on deal here, Jake?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
All right. Good to see you, man. So let's talk NBA Finals. Listen, we were talking over chat. I think this is probably like the third quarter. It looked like Indiana was about to run away with this thing. Indy was like one of the deepest teams according to the conversation at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, sir?
They went in too deep. Deep into the demons. From what you said, the third quarter on, seemed like OKC picked up some steam. Costly play from Indiana, man. Cost them the game at the end. Sucks. But this is what we live in. We live in for Game 5 tonight.
Yeah.
2-2. Winners of Game 5s. We all know the slogan. Maybe not in this series, but statistical wise, winner of Game 5 wins the series, man. They tipping off right now.
So it's going back to OKC right now, right?
Yes, going back to OKC. Had a long layoff, no weekend of basketball from Friday to Monday. So that was a long layoff. So both teams should be rested tonight. it goes right back in OKC's favor. Indiana had their chances. They had a chance to go up 3-1. Couldn't connect. I figure OKC probably proves why they are. It has been the best team in the league all year long. Hopefully, with this stage, it's best out of 3 now. So it should be interesting how Halliburton shows up, how the rest of this Indiana squad comes back through from that devastating loss the other night, and to see who's going to be the shining stars for this OKC team, because they're going to need these others, if now ever, to show up to hoist their first NBA title.
All right, Coach, your thoughts on the finals?
Man, I still think it's going to shape up like the way I predicted it to be, man. 2-2 going into the night. I called it before game 1. I still think OKC takes it 4-2. It looked like they finna my man SGA, the reigning MVP, is going to get the calls he needs to handle his business.
It's the Jordan treatment.
He had an explosive fourth quarter the other night too. Superstars come in through the clutch, especially in the finals. Last 2 games for him, struggling shooting the rock. It's not going to again happen tonight. Now at home, you've had your chance, like I said, in the end. We're going to see how they react tonight.
Jake,
I have to admit though, real quick. I have to admit though, that's one of the reasons why, it's hard for me to really get into his game, because, watching him go against, my Mavs on a regular basis, just, the calls he gets, the push-offs and stuff like that, I just can't get jiggy with it.
That was a push-off, dude. He did the Jordan push-off for sure. Jake, you got any predictions for the game tonight, man?
Predictions. I'm with Tuke. I believe whoever wins game 5 is going to win the entire thing. I do hope the Pacers pull it off. It'll feel like a miracle. And just to add in with Coach about this whole push-off business, he must have bought some early airplane tickets, because not only was that a push-off, man took 4 steps. That was a travel.
Yes, he traveled too.
See, you guys, back in the days, that would have been a travel, but we met James Harden, and things that were a travel became more of a luggage fee, more so travel.
That's right, man. He traveled, dude. Back in the day, back in my day, they would have called that. All right.
For sure. They definitely in our day. They gone.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, any more thoughts about the NBA Finals here?
Yeah, I might say, well, my mic's not on. You don't see my picture. They're not come in with the sports. So,
let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, everyone's, okay, so right now we see the Thunder is the favorite to win. Everyone's picking the Thunder as 9.5 favorites to win. And Vegas got them, 224.5 points over. I don't even know what that means, but it means a lot of numbers that, Vegas is hyping these numbers up, because at the end of the day, if you look at what the real data shows, OKC, they cannot win when they expected to win. They already lost at home. So, I mean, and I think we've already seen the move, the movement from the head coach, Mark, whatever his last name is. We've seen the best he can do. He can't set the tone. When they were supposed to win game 1, they didn't. If you know one thing about, Rick Carlisle and the Indiana Pacers, they are really good at coming back. So I think, yes, the pressure is on OKC to win this game, in which I think right now, Rick Carlisle, like everyone's saying, they squandered, this last game. But that doesn't mean they still don't have confidence and they still don't have momentum going into this one and thinking that they can win. And rarely, a lot of times does the number 1 team actually win. So I think that OKC might pull this off just because of, one, the head coach. Who is this guy? And OKC can't win when it's time for them to win. When we expect them to win, they don't do it. Last game, we might think that the Pacers, they squandered that last time. But, hey, this is the NBA. We need ticket sales. So, and we need views. So I think the Pacers going to do it. And projected starters, we got Halliburton at guard. We got Andrew, whatever his last name, at guard. Aaron Nesmith at forward. Pascal, whatever his last name, in the center, Miles Turner. Those are projected starters for the Pacers. But the Thunders, you got that guy, SGA at guard, and this other guy, Dort at guard, Jalen Williams. There's some other cats that we'll probably talk about on there. But, one thing is I don't think that the Thunder, are primed to close it out. So I think Pacers going to win tonight, and they're going to take this. They're going to take this series.
Well, early up, 4-2 Pacers to start off the game. They just took it off about a minute and a half ago. So we'll keep you posted on the NBA Finals for sure. Tap in SWF TV.
Sounds good. All right, let's move to other big story. We'll circle back with more NBA news and talk in a bit here. But the top story, as always, Caitlin Clark returns. We coming to you first. Caitlin Clark returns.
Oh, man. Okay. I think Indiana messed her up. I'm seeing who this one of these posts come in at. But, I mean, this is what's expected. She came back a dog. Now, one thing I think I see someone post like Caitlin Clark just really messed up the game, for women's basketball with shooting them 29 feet.
She pulled it up from the logo.
Yes. This is just crazy, but, now you're going to see little girls trying to shoot from half court because she made it look so effortlessly.
Effect.
Yes, exactly. So shout out to Caitlin Clark for doing that. Like, she came back, like she said, she got an opportunity to see the game from the sideline. So she haven't actually had that opportunity in most of her career, because she's always been a starter. She's always been the one with the ball in her hand. So, this 5-game absence really just elevated her. And I think, this last showing was about the best of what we can. I ain't gonna say the best. I mean, what we can expect moving forward, because we've known her for her court vision, her ability to pass, make plays, shoot, and make plays off the ball. Now she's expanding that to where now she's able to, make plays with the ball. Now she's able to make plays off the ball. You can see in her her positioning, her off ball movement. So shout out to Caitlin Clark, and I think the Fever, just like they shocked the Lynx, with giving them their first loss. It's gonna be a dog. It's gonna be a dog fight. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. Two.
Absolutely. It was correction to you. We gonna correct you on here, man. Liberty suffered their first loss. Seattle did beat.
Yeah, Liberty. I was watching the Lynx podcast. Yeah, it was Liberty. Yeah, the undefeated team.
But Lynx and the Liberty lost their first games this week. And the WNBA is gonna start the push where you're gonna start seeing some teams come rise. And the Fever are one of those teams. Caitlin Clark needs the rest. She got some rest. She was injured. This is what you do when you come back. This is how you solidify some status that you want in the league, and that's the top lady in the league. Overall, great game. The Liberty had their wing players. They didn't have Jonquel Jones. They didn't have Libich on their team this weekend. So the Fever came in with a little bit of an advantage against the depleted Liberty team. But overall, she came through. She showed out. Her and Sabrina and Gonstu all day. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth. That girl had a 30-plus point game, too. So shout out to the ladies as well. This weekend for the WNBA was pretty dope. But Caitlin Clark definitely starting it as she's been starting it. And can't really say nothing about the game this week. The amount of threes she took, great percentage. and that's what people nag her about for the most part. But everything else was just Caitlin Clark. This is what she does.
Welcome to the show, Will.
What up?
You returned like Caitlin Clark did. What's up?
Hey, so that must mean ratings is up.
Oh, yeah, ratings went up. Ratings definitely went back all the way up. All the way up.
Yes,
Caitlin back, ratings up. Everybody's happy in the world.
Yeah, man. But look, not only did Caitlin Clark have a good game, went for 32, but we saw Angel Reese go for a triple-double.
Baby Draymond.
11 and 13.
Baby Draymond out here doing the work.
I mean, she's doing a thing.
What she have? 10, 10, 10? Like 10, 10, and 10?
No, it was
13
11 points, 11 assists, 13
rebounds.
Yeah.
Hooping up.
Haley Van Lith has 16 points.
Yeah, Haley Van Lith was the spark.
I think they found how to use Angel now. You gotta actually put the ball in her hand. She had the one game when she was throwing passes to fans and shit, but she's got to calm down. I think that's all it was. But putting the ball in her hand in like a Draymond Green role, like perfect for her. She's athletic as hell. She always gonna rebound.
Yeah, it actually helps the depth of the team too. Actually, it helps the depth of the team because you see their depth chart. They have a bunch of bigs, and her leaning out to at times have the ball in the hands, like Will said, Draymond-ish, when she can be the point sometimes, maybe the forward, and play center when she has to. It definitely benefits her. With her too is kind of not overplaying. Play at the pace that is there. You don't got to overpace yourself. That's why you see the 5 for 19 sometimes and all that. The last 3 games for her, shooting less shots, but shooting a better clip because she's focused. Got to remain focused. And that's the only problem we have with Angel was the focus on the court and the things that you have to do to improve your game. We've seen a lot of ladies go in there and grab boards. We want to see the point production. Dale, that's what we're seeing. The point production along with the assists, the rebounds, assists are points. I'll take that.
Buckets. Them's buckets.
So that's a bucket. So shout out to Angel Reese just being in the gym, being in the lab, and playing smarter. It's not about her changing her game all around. This is about her playing smarter. She has the ability to do the ball stuff. So
it's just like you said, she found her, the team found her lane, she found her identity, and and she put in the work, because at the end of the day, it's like, you got to master your craft. Okay, you can be a good fighter, but there's still, areas to grow. And, like it was mentioning, we've all seen the clips of her putting in the work before games, after game, doing practice. So she's working on her game. And one thing that she did to the Dallas Wings, I was like, Lord, it looked like a big Shaq move where she got the rebound and she came down and she turned around, elbowed and shook. Yeah, that move, and shook Dejanay character. She spent out and put the ball back up for the offensive score. So just that one move right there, just debilitating your defenders, like your offense. She's elevated her offense to whereas now she's keeping the ball high, to whereas there's no really defensive play that can defend her, and that's what we seen. So like you said, shout out to Angel Reese for putting in the work and elevating her game that she already had. And shout out once again to the shout out to the team, to the Chicago Sky, for carving out a role for her and not putting so much pressure on her, to whereas now she can go and get pissed off. She can do the pushing and shoving, the type of basketball we've seen her do that gave her the name Bayou Girl at LSU.
I mean, coaching matters.
Oh yeah, and it shows that she's coachable, which is one thing we weren't sure. We knew she was a good player, but
oh man,
we didn't see
Jim Monkey used to rave about her.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Your college coaches typically do that. They I mean, especially when you move on, they always go. But we see it.
Jim Monkey though, bro.
It is Monkey. She doesn't play around. No, you're right. She don't fucking play.
But to Will's point, there's a difference, because we knew her to have, be a kid. She already had like a style, an attitude, but now it's elevated to the pro level. So that's what make people like, okay, hey, is she coachable with this, next level influence? Because she just won Sportswoman of the Year over Clarissa Shields. Mm-hmm. So, yes, with that type of confidence, people take that as arrogance. So, yes, it's good to see that she's able to be show that she's able to be coachable.
Clarissa got robbed, by the way.
And so let's round out this WNBA talk with an update on the Wings. Unc, what you got for us this week?
What you got for us, dog?
Your boy, tell him.
Hey, all right. So y'all definitely can check out the game previews for every Dallas Wings game on stwfsports.com. But all right, today this is the Dallas Wings going up against the Golden State Valkyries, an expansion team, in their first season in the WNBA out of Golden State, California, wherever that might be. I still try to wonder where that is. Okay. So, all right. So this game. So we'll wrap up this Commissioner's Cup slate Tuesday night as the Dallas Wings welcome the WNBA newest franchise Golden State Valkyries to the College Park Center at 7 p.m. That is in Arlington, Texas. Regional coverage will be on KFAA 29, and national fans tuning in can watch it on the WNBA League Pass app. All right, so these are the game status injury report. This is some real big injuries that's going to impact our team. Of course, we all know Ty Harris. She's been out for the season with the knee injury. We got Luisa Gressodor. She's from out of Germany. She is out playing with a national team obligation. Tiara McCown, who's one of the 3 returning players, and well, 4, which in 3 of here are actually out this game. But Tiara McCown, she's out of the nation playing basketball. And we got Maddie Seegers. This is definitely one that's going to hurt. That was announced today. She's out with I don't even know how to pronounce that, but she's out with a right knee injury. So anyone on the panel, what is that? What is that? Will, what is that?
It's a tibial plateau fracture. It's actually towards the top of your shin bone. It's up. It's high. So
it sounds like it hurts.
Yeah, it's not comfy.
Sounds like a mean ass shin
rehab on that one.
Seems like you don't even want to move it, man.
Shin splint to the muscle. That's the bone, though. So it's a little different.
Ouch.
Definitely.
So, last game, the Dallas Wings, we are dead last in the league with the record of 1-11, and just still trying to get back. Well, I ain't gonna say get back, but still trying to find our second win in our identity. We just made a pickup for the center from the Seattle Lou, so hopefully she comes in and makes a difference. But game time is at 7 p.m. tomorrow at College Park Center here in Arlington, Texas. As you can see here, the expected starters for the Valks is Kayla Thornton. We got Janelle. We got Timmy. Listen, I'm gonna just say the first name because I'm gonna tell their names. We got Veronica. We got Cecilia. Right? Look, you see it.
Let me give you something, man. Kayla Thompson is somebody to look for, man. In terms of their team, she's been hooping this season. Definitely shout out to her and Veronica Burton. Van Loo, one of their guards, like Unc said earlier, there's a few ladies in the WNBA out because there's a national tournament going on. So for about 3 weeks, these players won't be available. But Caitlin Thornton here, she is a beast. I got her on my fantasy team. Great pickup. I picked up off the waiver wire, and she's been heating up ever since in replace of Kalia Cooper from Phoenix, who hasn't played yet this season. She'll be coming back this week.
Let me find out you were playing the fantasy basketball, man. You should have told us that.
A friend of mine hit me up the day before like the league started and asked did I want to play, and I was just like, yeah, why not? It's difficult though. We'll talk about that later on in the later segment, but it's difficult the way it is.
Definitely gonna have to check into that, but that's good, man. I have yet to play it, but definitely look for a big game with Paige Beckers. Is this is going to be her second game back. We're hoping that she has a Caitlin Clark type of comeback game, but
already did.
Yeah, she did, but we lost.
That's fair.
It's gonna be a lot of that till we get a better roster. She's the first real star of the team, and there's other good players for sure. But they're gonna build around her. It ain't always gonna be like this.
Yeah, man, it's been a lot of there's no security within the Wings organization. There's been last 3 years the team's been different. So you can't expect the team to be different 3 years in a row and
no continuity. Yeah, no continuity.
No continuity. Carrington's out the lineup now. I'm hearing she's coming off the bench.
Oh no! I don't know where that came from.
Okay. I was looking at
he's their bucket. That's their bucket right there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's the one who's really been stepping up. Arike, she's been, MIA, throwing up bad, just throwing up inadvertent passes and plays and shots. So definitely, like I say, shout out to DJ. Y'all can check out her interview on our website as well. But that wraps it up for the Wings update. Who y'all have to win it?
the wings. We gonna go wings. We gonna go wings here, but keep in mind that the Valkyrie in their first year are currently, if the WNBA playoffs started today, they would be the 6th seed, so they will be in. So they have great success overall as a franchise. Teams like the Dallas Wings, who are struggling right now, should look at teams like the Valkyrie and see how they operate in terms of flow and things like that. It's a wings, but I think the Wings are gonna win this game tomorrow. Absolutely.
Because one thing is about adjustments, and we made an adjustment, and that's one thing that got circling back around to the NBA Finals. That's the one thing that got the OKC their last win. But it's about adjustments. Hopefully, Coach Kleiners sees this and goes and makes some his adjustment to style of play. But go Wings!
Let's go Wings! Go Wings, baby! The official team of the STWF brand, baby. Stay tuned for updates. Sure.
Okay. Man, I just had like one of these websites just start playing a video all of a sudden, man. I'm like, where the hell is this coming from? Like
NBA Finals update, 23-15 Thunder, 4:23 left in the first.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Now let's go back to the NBA and let's talk rumors. The biggest rumor, Kevin Durant is going, and these are supposedly his preferred places. Houston, Houston Rockets, Miami Heat, and the San Antonio Spurs here. So where in the world is KD going to play to?
It looked like the Spurs were the top team, but I heard today that a trade was declined, a proposed trade, which would have sent a couple pieces from the Spurs in the 14th pick.
I'll tell you why.
Phoenix being greedy. Phoenix being, I don't think San Antonio rejected that. It's just wild as hell. Honestly, it just smells Houston to me. It smells Houston to me because everything that's happened since then. We know that he loves Ime Udoka. We know that the Rockets are a team that got some young pieces as well. All three of these teams here have young pieces, and that's what a guy like Kevin Durant at his age and people in the league still feel like he can go for a couple young guys, maybe a pick or two. I'll say Houston.
So I agree with Houston because of this reason. Both the Heat and the Spurs have plenty to offer, just like the Rockets do. However, they both have key guys that they will not trade. The Miami Heat is not going to let go of Khalil Ware. They love him. He's not going anywhere. So any deal that involves him, even if it's KD, unless it's probably Giannis is probably the only one that can get him out of there. Is if they offer him, if Giannis gets offered to the Heat, they may come off of Khalil Ware. And then the Spurs have Stephen Castle, who also is untouchable. From what I hear from everybody that's been talking, they're not going to move on from him. So with that being said, those are the two main guys that the Suns would want from either of those teams. You can give them picks and other guys all you want, but if the Suns are trading to the Spurs or the Heat, they want Stephen Castle or Khalil Ware, and it's not going to happen. That's why I actually agree with Duke. I think it'll be the Rockets. They're going to want Jalen Green, and I think that's actually one guy that the Rockets might move because it's already been talked about where, don't get me wrong, he's a great talent, but we're looking at games in the playoffs of one game like 25, the next game like 8. We're not seeing consistency in big moments. Can he learn? Yeah, of course. He can get better. Or you could just get KD and be ready now. So, yeah, I agree. I think he goes to the Rockets.
Okay. Coach, any thoughts about KD, where he might end up?
Man, I got KD fatigue, man.
Yes.
He's your Aaron Rodgers, huh? Oh, he's your Aaron Rodgers, huh?
I think Phoenix is trying to be greedy. In this particular situation, everybody knows they have zero leverage. It's going to be to whatever team that he goes to. I can definitely see him going to Houston. I know he spends a lot of time in the offseason in Texas, being a UT alum. But at the same time, I think a team that gets him is not going to allow themselves to be gutted, so to speak. So San Antonio, I never saw it as a true option. Or at the last minute, they can just pull a rope up underneath them and somebody can surprise us. I did hear Minnesota kind of mention as a possibility.
That's the dark horse right there because they already established with Phoenix who they would move in that situation. And then it will pair up KD with Edwards, which would be dope as hell. So I've definitely heard that dark horse. And I agree with you, Coach. He's kind of giving me diva vibes. We talk about LBJ, doing that and always hitting the media hype. But this guy for the last 5 seasons has been trade bait for the last 5 years, whether he's traded or not. So people talk about Braun and how he's a headache. Yeah, KD's becoming Aaron Rodgers because we know LeBron's Tom Brady.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What do y'all think KD's legacy is going to be? Because unlike, LeBron picked where he wanted to go, KD just seemed to be getting traded out because he kind of wears out his welcome with teams or doesn't, deliver as expected.
He did it too.
Who?
Say again?
KD did it too. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
Remember when KD lost in the finals or whatever,
and
or in
joined
the
the team that
playoffs,
beat him.
and joined the team that beat him. He did the same thing.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
I'm talking about KD. What's his legacy?
Yeah. His legacy, what his legacy is, he's a fucking dog. He's a dog.
He gets traded to different places. But I'm saying he picked his destination. He picked to go to the Warriors because he couldn't beat him.
Oh yeah, but that's kind of what he was saying. That's how I gathered it. What I say,
correct, Will.
KD's chasing rings. They all do it usually towards this age. Most of them do, but he's always kind of been this way. When he couldn't get it done with OKC and that stacked ass team, because he couldn't deal with Rushy, he couldn't deal with the power struggle. So he bounced out of there, went to the team that beat him, got 2 rings, Finals MVP, we know, but on a team that was already built. They had won 73 games.
Yeah.
And he joined them.
Yes.
So, yes, his legacy will be this. His legacy will be one of the greatest scorers the league's ever seen. His legacy will be as a champion. And his legacy will be that he had to join Golden State to do it. Those are the 3 things that will forever be tied to Kevin Durant. Great scorer, NBA champion and Finals MVP, had to join the team he couldn't beat to get it. Those are the things that we'll always remember about KD.
Absolutely. I think slash Steve Kerr. I'll give Foster love. I'll give homie love too that he got coached with in OKC too.
Oh, Scott Foster, yeah.
I don't even think it's a strength of him going to go get rings anymore. Now with Golden State in the Nets and Phoenix, maybe championships right now. But I think in this point in Kevin Durant's career, I just think he wants to be with he just wants to be maybe Ime Udoka and Houston or any of these teams right here have stability in terms of their environment. Like Miami has a great environment where, Pat Riley brings that in. We've seen a little bit of Jimmy Butler shit, but, he was trying to beat the Heat way and Pat wasn't trying to have. You have the Spurs who are a well-generated organization, in a sense. You may say some shit about Kawhi's injury, but Kawhi's been injured ever since. They blame the Spurs for it, but maybe that was just a DNA gene of Kawhi's. And last, the Rockets, maybe with Ime, they have a stable in terms of stability. That's what Kevin Durant's looking for. And it sucks that it comes to this. No, it sucks that he has to be a diva.
No, not you.
But
I was shaking my head to this comment.
I don't think it's championships anymore. I just think of stability.
So I want to address these 2 comments in the chat by Ed. The first one was KD needs to retire as a Warrior. Not going to happen. They reached out to trade for him this season, and he shut it down personally. He said, I'm all set. I don't want to go back to Golden State. I'm pretty sure him and Draymond do not get along. Which, shocker, no one gets along with Draymond other than the 2 little light-skinned guys who stayed quiet the whole time. And then the other one was, can we say Anthony Edwards is a young version of KD? I'm going to need to ask you to elaborate on that because in terms of game, they're literally nothing alike in any way.
They're different.
They're such different players.
Different build, everything.
Different build, different skill set. All of it is different. The only thing that I would say, the person I would compare Ant Edwards to is Wade. He's very much like D Wade. That his game is an extremely athletic slasher with handle who has a mid-range. He has a better three-point shot than Wade ever did, but also the era kind of dictated that. He came up shooting more because everyone does now. If Wade came up in this era, he would have a better three-point shot than he would have had a mid-range just by the era that he came up in. So I say his best comparison is Dwayne Wade.
I can agree with that for sure, man.
All right.
People like the Jordan
Jake,
comparison, but I don't know.
got anything about Kevin Durant or any of the other rumors going on in the NBA or news going on in NBA?
Nah, blow it up. Suns need something new.
Oh, that's happening. Right. That's not a question. They're going to blow it up. But the blow up is still going to – they don't want to let go of Booker, and they can't get rid of Beal because no one wants that contract or player. So Beal's probably going to be there. He said he likes to be there. So he's stuck. They stuck with Beal. They bought it. They shouldn't have.
The thing is, I was reading two separate things today. One, the Suns fully intend on offering Booker. I could have read this wrong, but it was a 2-year extension worth $150 million. Ridiculous bag just for an extension. And also the Kevin Durant trade that I was seeing is that it's not in KD's hands. Suns don't care. They don't care to make him happy. It's strictly a business move for them, and they're going to trade him to where they get the most from. They don't care where he wants to go. So he could end up as a T-Wolf for all we know if they offer up a bag. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, that's one of the ones that's rumored.
What did you just do to your audio, bro? Like, you sound like a professional radio person.
Okay, so I set up my iPad, and I have my gaming headset on now. So I hope if I sound great, hell yeah.
Gaming headset, yeah.
Hell yeah, Jake. This is your setup from now on, Jake.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, Jake.
Any other way.
Well, now I'm going to have to go on to YouTube and watch this back and see how I sound and see what the difference is. Is there like no echo or something? I don't know what's going on.
There's no nothing.
Not at all.
There's no bass. There's no nothing.
Sounds sexy right now.
No. Hey, Dale, I appreciate
it. This for the wife, Jake. All right.
Well, I'm glad the new audio setup's the move. We're gonna continue this then.
Doing the work. But yeah, KD's gone for sure. Don't know where, but it's gonna happen. I hope it's not one of those teams he chose. I hope they fucking bury him. I said it has to Milwaukee, even though he still have a chance there. But I think if he's smart, I think the place he really wants to go is Miami. It's the easiest path to another ring. The West is a nightmare right now. The East is wide open. My Celtics might blow it up this offseason. So if my Celtics blow it up, and they're not even going to be, I don't think, a contender next year because Tatum won't play all next year. So, yeah, go to the East. Shit, y'all can have Jalen. Come on down.
Apparently, we're
talking about moving Jalen.
Huh? So you want to talk about this Grizzly and Magic trade?
Oh yeah, so quick
outrageous.
Falls Day trade. The Orlando Magic receive Desmond Bane from the Memphis Grizzlies. For Cole
not even the best Bane. He's the second best Bane in the world.
Second best Bane in the world, and he looks like Bane Jr. 6 picks. 4 unprotected and
first rounders.
2 first rounders.
And 2 swaps.
2 swaps. Sorry, 2 swaps and 4 unprotected first round picks. So
unbelievable.
Orlando, a team that has a lot of young pieces, didn't really get rid of. They got rid of an old guy in Caldwell Pope that can still, I guess, contribute. Cole Anthony's a guy that's rise in terms of stock. Memphis. No, they can't. I mean, Bane's contract has to go slither to the side because you still got Jackson you got to pay, Morant you got to pay. For me, short term, I like Orlando's trade compensation, in terms of getting Bane. Long term, though, I like it for Memphis. How long is Orlando going to stand as being a great superior team? We know they have the roster to do it now with Paulo and Wagner, and they got the guys there. But I don't believe in that. Long term, 10 years from now. So the Grizzlies probably going to sink back at some point, maybe.
Now, I don't think any of these picks, of course, an injury could change everything. But if people stay healthy for the most part, I don't think any of those picks will be lottery picks. But you gave them 4 unprotected. So if the worst happens, if you get a season where Paolo and Bane gets hurt, and then you're one of the worst teams in the East. You've given up on a superstar, a possible superstar, 4 different times now. And then you get pick swaps, whatever, that's cool. This trade was maddening. Better players have gotten traded for far less than 4 fucking unprotected firsts. Orlando must have just got tired of drafting high every year and still not going anywhere. But they decided that Bane was the guy to change that? Look, you give out those 4 picks for Giannis? Oh, my God. Yeah, you give out 6. You don't give out 4 unprotected for Bane.
They're going to have a very strong backcourt. Bane and Suggs, oh, my God. 94 against them guys on a nightly basis is going to be a dog fight.
They're going to pick up 94 feet. They're going to play you the whole way. It's going to be defensive. You don't do 4 unprotected for Desmond Bane. I'm sorry, it's just crazy. Look, and I get it. This right, like I mentioned earlier about why I said KD should come to the East, because I think the East is wide open right now. Don't get me wrong, the Pacers are going to be a good team, but their style of basketball is very hit or miss. They happen to hit the entire way through this playoff, so they're crushing. But that up tempo, like, it's going to wear guys down, you know. And they're deep and all that, whatever. My point is the East is open, and Orlando just decided, okay, well, then we're going to put out one of the better starting 5s in a weak East right now. So you got Suggs at the 1, Bane at the 2, Wagner at the 3, Paolo at the 4. Who's their 5 right now?
Wendell Carter
at the 5. I mean, I think players like the vet minimum guys will come to this team next year and want to play off that bench. It's going to be a good team. It's not worth 4 first-round picks. This is absurd. It's absurd. Crazy trade. People lost it on my Celtics when we made a similar trade for Derek White. Got us a ring, and it wasn't 4 unprotected first. That's for damn sure.
LSU needs unprotected picks.
All right. Let's talk College World Series. Earlier today, we had Arkansas go up over Murray State. So Murray State has been sent home packing. Arkansas advances to play the loser of this game tonight versus LSU and UCLA, which is in a rain delay right now. The game, I believe it's 5-3 LSU right now.
5-3 LSU. UCLA came out sparking in the top of the first with 3 runs. LSU responds in the bottom of the first with 4 runs. Since then, LSU's putting 2 more runs. The second inning of rain delay, as Dale said, for sure. But back to the Arkansas Murray State game, because history, just as much as history was made today. Shout out Gage Wood, pitcher of Arkansas. Not only went the whole distance, no hitter, 19 strikeouts.
Yes, almost a perfect game. He hit 1 batter with the ball.
Man.
Yeah. And the post-game interview, he's like, I shouldn't hit that batter with the ball.
Get no shit.
My man is the 3rd no-hitter guy in World Series history, College World Series that is, and the first in 65 years to do it. He joined Jim Earler of Texas in 1950 and Jim Wixon of Oklahoma State in 1960 as the only pitchers to throw no-hitters, and his defense was really never challenged as he dominated Murray State today. He made sure to put them back in that mid-major spot where they're at.
Yep.
And said SEC got the money trees, baby. The money trees.
All right, Cinderella going home. But this is the kind of performance you need from a guy in your pitching bullpen when you're in a loser's bracket. Somebody's got to step up and have an amazing game like that. So what he did is save Arkansas's arms. Like a whole game. It's just one guy they had to use.
He ate innings. He ate all them innings. That's crazy.
Yes. It's outstanding. Arkansas is in a great position to come out of the loser bracket and challenge, man. Because now they get to come back around to their starter eventually. You know, if they get out this loser bracket, their starter going to be coming up against maybe your number 3 guy now because, you know.
Huge game.
Yeah, we rotated around. So, yeah, man. So
this is what Kershaw used to do for his team. He just eat up so many innings.
Yeah,
that the rest of the team was able to be fresh when you faced them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Messina back in the day. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
You got bracket 1. Oregon State with 1 loss. Louisville with 1 loss. Arizona has been eliminated, along with Murray State, who was just eliminated early.
Yeah, we saw Louisville get eliminated last night.
The home of the Slugger.
Yeah, by Oregon State.
They make the bet.
And then Coastal Carolina sent Oregon State on home and everything like that. So Coastal Carolina has been dangerous, like this entire tournament. Like they sent home Auburn at home in the supers. You know.
Well, Oregon State's not at the crib yet. Oregon State's not at the crib yet. They have a game tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Louisville against Oregon State. In that game, I'm guessing, and Oregon loses that to the crib.
Right. Yeah, it's a double elimination. So, yeah, man. But yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen here with this LSU game. I like where we are. This is our second best pitcher on the mound. I am hearing he's going to return after the rain delay. So we'll see if that actually happens. But this is the number 3 guy in the NCAA in strikes. So it's a huge loss if he can't come back into the game, because we're definitely expecting him to go 7 innings at least. So
probably not. I know they want to, but the longer it delays, the less likely it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to it's like restarting the car after it's been sitting in the cold. Like you got to re-warm up that arm, and that's like a whole other day of pitching. By the time he re-warms up, that's a second warm-up of the day. Whatever innings he did pitch is too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
So
also, Anthony said that trade is to give, this is back to basketball right quick, that trade is to give Jackson Jr. the max next year. Definitely possible. It's also possible Memphis is blowing this shit up. I could see them going and trading Ja Morant not too long from now.
All right. And let's get to some football talk. And by football talk, we're going to talk about stuff off the field. Antonio Brown is a crazy person. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you probably should, because he tweets crazy things like this. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he tweeted this to Gavin Newsom right here. This is what he did. And he has a bunch of stuff. But he's wanted for murder. Attempted murder.
Who is?
Antonio Brown.
Right now?
Right. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is this right?
On who?
Wanted? Like
so AB is wanted on an attempted murder charge in Miami-Dade County. Warrant has been issued for his arrest on a charge of attempted second-degree murder. It stems from an incident in the celebrity boxing event in May. The warrant indicates a $10,000 bond is required, and he is to remain under house arrest pending trial. The incident occurred at an event hosted by streamer Aiden Ross. Reports indicate Brown was seen fighting with several people and holding a gun.
Oh, that shit. I forgot about that. I forgot that whole thing happened. Yeah. Oh,
so my understanding, when it supposedly is rumored that there was an attempted robbery, and this is a retaliation to that?
Yes. Yeah. He shot the gun. He shot the gun or some shit.
Yep.
He is just, his CTE is in full effect. He is running off pure CTE energy right now.
Listen here, Kanye said I'm growing trees. Example, Antonio Brown.
Yeah. He definitely chip off the old block.
There was an AI earlier that had AB tweeting, I'm buying a car and I'm driving out of the country or something, and I got a warrant for my arrest or something. I was in tears. Like, what?
Surprised they let him be home. He's a flight risk.
He's a crazy person. That's what he is.
Out of his goddamn mind. Yeah, 100%. This is why not everybody should be able to own guns.
Speaking of AB, and you'll probably see him on one of these cards one day. But guys, if you have time this Saturday, you have to tune in to go on kick.com/Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is holding a boxing event. Top of the card is Charleston White against Cody Yak Red, which is one of those twins, those funny looking twins with the tattoos.
The Island Boys.
The Island Boys, yes. So he'll be fighting one of the Island Boys. And then you have on the card Julian Newman. If anybody knows Julian Newman,
the ball player that everyone hates.
Player.
The most hated ball player before he ever got anywhere. He was hated.
Yes. So a bunch of streamers and content creators are on this card. So I just named a couple of notable ones. So that wants to be exciting. AB will probably be on one of those cards probably in the next year.
Julian Newman, the only ball player probably hated more than LeBron James. And there's more people who hate LeBron James, but that's just because there's more people who know him. For everyone who knows Julian Newman, they can't stand that kid. It's crazy.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Let's talk on the field stuff. And by on the field stuff, I mean it's off season.
Not on the field.
No, we're not on the field.
There's no field involved.
So we talk about money.
And there may not be any field involved if they don't pay the man.
But this is a picture of a guy on the field. How about that?
Not a blade of grass inside in this story.
Trey Hendrickson. The contract talks have resumed. So positive news for him. Can they get a deal worked out though?
At this point, you're gonna have to overpay him because you fucking did all this bullshit. Like, if you're the Bengals, the Bengals also we haven't talked about we talked about it, but I don't think we got in depth with the rookie holdout that they got going on right now.
Well, yeah, we should talk about that as well because this probably have been affecting Trey Hendrickson's money.
So they're basically making a contract. What's the rookie's name?
We're gonna look it up.
You can find that too right quick. But they got a contract going on with a rookie where they're basically his contract can be voided for like anything. All the guaranteed money would have to be given back. Everything.
Shamar Stewart is his name.
Shamar Stewart. The Shamar Stewart deal. No, he has not signed that. He's holding out. But the point is that they're not backing off of that. They're basically saying sign this or whatever. We don't care. Which is
does he have a history of behavioral issues?
I don't know the history of the kid. What I will say is that I assume that's part of the reason they're doing it. But also I hear through the grapevine that they're just doing this as a case study. And they just decided to make it him that they're going to try it with. But basically, if he gets injured, even lifting out and doing like workouts, if the workout isn't team sanctioned and he gets hurt, all void. If he gets arrested, all void. Conduct detrimental to the team, all void.
But it's standard.
No, it's not. Not like this.
No, that's no.
Normally they can terminate the rest of what's left. This entire contract goes away if he does any of these things wrong. All of it.
And as far from my research that I was able to grab, he has no off the field issues. He's a good kid, great learner, great in the classroom, all sorts of stuff. Like this is the kind of guy you want on your football team, not your average Bengals player.
I wouldn't sign that crap either.
Listen here, man. I'm hearing some other news too. Other news too about this kid where ultimately the Bengals could just trade him. I'm hearing the team to watch out for to trade for him is the team that could have actually drafted him with the 11th pick in the draft. It actually came down between him and who was the guy? 49ers picked. Who the 49ers picked? Michael Williams. So it came between him and Michael Williams. The 49ers were debating who should they go get. They went to go get Williams. Rumors has it that the 49ers could trade for him. So they ultimately could end up with 2 first-round picks.
This is crazy how it's working. I don't know why they're so like hell-bent on having this be the contract, but they are dead set because they're tired of whatever. I don't know how they could be the ones tired of contract situations when they're the problem 90% of the time in contract situations.
100%.
We always talk about the Bengals.
Dale, you want to hear the craziest thing about this whole situation, though?
What's that?
If if they don't sign him and he continues to hold out, he can be in next year's draft, and the only team not allowed to draft him, obviously, is the Bengals, so he could go to a completely new team next year.
But he loses a year of football, which is fucked up.
Yeah. He loses a year of football.
And it is no fault to him at all. It's literally just the bullshit-ass Bengals.
Contract. Yeah, shitty-ass Bengals. I don't want them to succeed anymore. I love Burrow and Chase, and that's it. Fuck the rest of the team. But yeah. So, yeah, I hope Hendricks takes them for every penny they got, dickheads.
Either he going to – they gotta fix one or two of these situations the Bengals do. And I think that's why now going back to Trey is like, okay, we can go back to the veteran. We don't really got to deal with what this is. We know what the NFL is. It's what I want, not what you want. So until you make it that way, I guess. So
the Players Association and his agent definitely need to stick together in this situation. And it is a shame that he's being singled out like that. And so what I read, they want to default the entire contract and not what's left over, which is what's usually standard. This is bizarre.
Yeah, like what's left over, you're right. What's left over is standard, but this is
they can't do that.
They don't want him to give money back.
Illegal for him to propose this.
That's what I thought, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's perfectly legal. You're allowed to propose these.
Yeah.
But you got to deal with the fallout after, which is this.
They have until they can't trade after. They have until the season starts when September 4th.
Right.
So they have until August 4th. They have the August 4th, I believe, or the 30 days to the start of their first game to sign him or trade him.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that. That seems to be pretty weird. And especially if none of your other draft picks signed anything like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Your first rounder? That's crazy.
Literally all Stewart wants is the same contract that Amarius Mims got.
Right.
So literally it.
Right. So that's wild, man.
Crazy.
All right. The Missouri governor signed a stadium aid package to keep the Chiefs and the Royals in Kansas City. We'll see if this works, but I know your mayor out there in Dallas was trying to get the Chiefs there, Coach.
For what?
We talked about this
in Frisco.
Yeah,
to put them in Frisco. Jesus. How many walls y'all want to build?
As many as possible, damn it. Remember the Alamo.
Yeah, they gotta do this. We've seen, notable things in that area. The Rams. We'll say the Cardinals. We'll say Nelly. And the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not minding the Royals, though. The Royals, I guess. But the Chiefs and what they've done, you have to fight for your life. You have to fight for your rights to not have
I was holding back doing that.
I couldn't.
For doing that because they are not going to go out and fight. Kansas City will remain in Kansas City and will not move.
I don't know how a team wins 3 rings and it's suddenly like, I don't know if we're going to keep this fucking team. Like, what? I've been to Chiefs games. They have one of the craziest stadiums. I mean, not a Chiefs game, but I've been to their stadium. I've been to Kansas City Royals games. Even when the Royals weren't great, they pretty much, for the most part, put a lot of people in them stands and did well. I 2 beautiful stadiums, Arrowhead and Kauffman Stadium, right next side by side. They share a parking lot. Man, I love that whole area. I'll be surprised if they let this happen. That's crazy. Could you imagine, like, if anyone? I mean, I know you Cowboys fans not gonna worry about that. If y'all won 3 championships, we'd have to worry about fucking America being crumbled to the ground because of what y'all would be doing. Not your team. They would stay safe, obviously. But like, if the Saints won 3 rings, crazy, right? No way they be talking about getting them out of there. They be talking about building statues and monuments. I've never seen anything like this. 3 rings. And they talk about
it's always the demand, right? So usually the teams want a free stadium and they want to get all the revenue from that free stadium. And that's where the negotiations start with them. Or we gonna leave. And the stadium's like,
that Arrowhead.
This is the Chiefs we're talking about. If this was any other organization right now, you could put the pin down at some point. But this is the hottest organization in the NFL right now.
Right. They were literally just talking about, within the last decade, they were talking about building a retractable roof. They would build 2 big-ass tracks on the sides of the stadiums, and the retractable roof would slide and either cover Arrowhead or cover Kaufman. Like, they were talking about doing that. Like, that's a crazy project. And you go from that to, we might just leave. Somebody being greedy. Who is? It's the team, right? They being greedy? Is that what it is? The owners? Greedy? Gotta be, right?
NFL gonna get what they want.
Of course. You want another example of greed?
Yeah.
You want another example of greed? The NFL PA, they want to use grass in all stadiums as one of the bargaining chips to getting the 18-game schedule that the owners want. Now, the owners, balk back and they talk about the cost of having grass in some areas and some indoor stadiums and stuff like that. However, the NFLPA has noted that natural grass will be installed in MetLife Stadium, one of the notorious turf stadiums in the NFL. And one
so
of them
who do you think is greedy here? Because I don't think it's the NFL.
But they're able to install grass for the FIBA tournament that they're going to have there in MetLife Stadium.
And
but they can't do it for their football team.
Yeah, but it sucks. Whenever they do the install grass for FIBA, it's always bad.
Okay.
And always complained about. But to be fair, it's quick. It's a quick turnaround on that. Okay. Whereas an NFL team would have the entire year around to maintain this grass. I don't think the NFL is the one being greedy here. I think this is a great. Let's think about it. You're saying that the teams want the extra game because it's extra money, it's extra revenue.
Yes.
But the league also wouldn't mind that. But the league has the problem of if they just keep doing this.
Well, the league and the owners, that's anonymous to me.
Fine.
The players and the league, or the league and the owners, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. The league wants this, but the league can't make it seem like it's their idea that they want it so bad. Because adding an extra game flies directly into the face of them trying to protect players. It's diametrically opposed.
No, they want that extra game.
I know they do. I know they do. What I'm saying is like they can't be at the forefront of it. Yeah. And also on the other side be saying, we're trying to protect players. Well, no, you're not. Yeah. You're adding games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you do it this way, they kind of get to go, okay, we can add the game, but we're also still trying to keep players healthy. We want grass in every stadium. Oh, by the way, teams, y'all footing that bill, though.
Right.
Have fun.
So when I watch Hard Knocks, I saw that the owner for the Miami Dolphins, he's got these plantations where he grows his own fields. All right. And he goes out there, he's like, I like number 2. Pick number 2 up and bring it in my stadium. Buy your grass from this guy.
Buy the grass from the plantation guy?
Yes.
That's what we're doing?
Apparently, this is what we need to be doing.
Where's the hat, Dale? Jesus Christ.
They got, oh, man. The fact that he knew where it was, man, is crazy.
It's on deck. I know where it's at. Never mind him, though. I know exactly where it's at. That's crazy. Yeah,
everybody need to have grass, man. All right.
I agree with him on that. I agree with that.
Go talk to the 420 farmers. They can show you how to grow grass inside. All right.
On this point, Uncle Ruckus is correct. It's crazy.
All right. The other thing, no repeat NFC East champion and the Super Bowl hangover. Coach,
2 hurdles.
What's the damn deal?
I believe it has been the last time an NFC East champion repeated was 2004, I believe. So it's been about 21 years, and obviously the Super Bowl hangover.
Okay. All right. So you're feeling good about that then?
He had nothing else that he could feel.
Feeling 25. Feeling 25% good. We gotta remember we got 3 other teams in the division. I mean, technically it's a 33% chance because the Eagles were saying they're not going to win the division, and it's going to be either the Giants, Cowboys, or the Redskins. I'm not calling them Commanders.
He said, "I'm keeping it racist." He said.
Gonna be interesting to see. But
I think Washington wins that division.
If the hangover is going to continue, it has to continue after week 1.
Yeah.
On the road again. What up, Coach?
All right. Anybody else got anything else related to NFL, college football, anything football related?
Go Tigers.
Breece Hall I heard Breece Hall's name around in the rumor mill today. Don't be surprised if he's traded before the season starts. Or he's a hot commodity in talks over the next few weeks. Either way, I think that
I can tell you from a fantasy perspective, I'd love to see that. Get him away from the Jets.
Yeah, get him somewhere he can actually do some damage again.
All right, Mike says the Skins are the only team other than Philly with a legit shot at the NFC East title.
Speaking of shots,
Coach, your rebuttal.
I see you.
What does it say? I'm trying to read that.
He's
Skins are the only team other than Philly.
I don't engage in cowboy slander.
He's never
Hey, we also don't engage with Giants fans.
Yeah, to his point, he knows he has no belief in his team. He's never going to root for the Cowboys. And the Commanders are the hottest team on the block right now, according to some people. So I ain't mad at his decision. I ain't mad at his pick.
They're not in the league.
Yeah. You get the Tigers in there, and they change things around. I'm trying to tell you.
Really? What's going on? The Giants still suck. Their best player is a Tiger. Explain that.
Listen.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah, listen.
Neighbors can't throw the damn ball to himself. All right.
He certainly might try. That motherfucker love to rock.
NBA Finals update. OKC up 15. 144 left in the second. 56-41.
I got okay. All right. You hit me. All right, cool. There we go. Now let's wrap this thing up with some wrestling talk. This is sponsored by Best in the World.
And you use
That's right.
Yeah, you use the new champion.
Yeah.
Why
Best
is
in
he
the
a
World.
champion?
Make sure you check us out on Thursday right here on this network right here. We'll be here, baby. So
how did they let Gunther become champ, bro?
Gunther is the new champion, beat Jey Uso on Monday Night Raw. This was like a 30-day reign or something like this too, Jake? I don't know. It was
40, 52.
51-day reign.
51-day reign, bro.
He'll get it back.
Now, you gotta realize,
no, he won't.
You gotta realize though, there's a couple of reasons why this happened. One, I'm hearing because obviously we know, isn't this the Uso that has trouble with the law?
Nope, that's Jimmy.
No, Jimmy.
Okay. So I was hearing there was rumors that about the in-state coming in-state, all this and that. But this is the reality of it for him. They made a moment. WrestleMania is 4 moments, and we're happy with the moment. Are we happy with the reign? Do we think that he's WWE Championship material? No. Gunther is the guy, no matter if Vince McMahon is running the show or Triple H is not running the show. Gunther has the look of a champion. People may not like him, but he has the look.
He got the look of a 1940s champion. He looked like Bob Backlund, but taller. I'm not doing this.
What we're setting up is the WWE, for some reason, feels like they're going to make so much money off Goldberg coming back to fight this man. This is why he got the title, because Goldberg's soon to come back for a one-off, possibly his last match, because I think he has 2 more matches in his contract, correct? Who am I mistaken?
Goldberg?
I think he has 1 or 2 matches up in his contract.
I thought this was supposed to be his final match. Please don't give me 2 Goldberg matches, man.
No,
he's the most overrated fighter in the history of the league.
So they have to that. And yes, so this is why Gunther is the champion. I can see him losing it by the end of the
does look like a Von Erich.
But who do they have? Who's next up to take this title from him? Who's next up?
No.
Bob Backlund. Make him fight his fucking
Jey Uso gonna get his rematch after this.
I mean, he'll get the title. I'll put it like this: if he does win the title, Seth Rollins will be right behind him.
Okay.
With the Money in the Bank briefcase, game over.
Okay. So, all right, I have heard the idea that Gunther versus Goldberg happens in Saudi, and then Seth cashes in on a beat up Goldberg, new champion. It takes the title from that fool, so we don't have to see that crap.
Hey, there you go. That's his 2 matches left on his contract.
There you go. 2 matches done. No more Goldberg. Bucket Triple
How to
H.
bury a superstar, like
Bucket
the overrated one. Get Gunther out of here.
Well, the only reason I said that about Jay not getting it back is that they already planned on putting him back with his brother. So,
and that's another thing. The New Day's holding the title nice and lovely. I'm hearing the rumor as the Usos will make a good return with each other as to take those titles from the New Day.
Okay. All right. So I don't like that.
I mean,
shout out to Gunther.
We don't like it. We don't like it, but this is reality, bro. This is reality. They are. And shout out to
stuff, man.
He's improved as a singles wrestler each and every time he's in the ring. But he's not.
Stuff, I was about to say, bro, it's Kofi all over again.
There's some Kofi stuff, bro.
I believe in Joe Hendry. We did. It's a Trick Williams tricked him.
Whoop that trick.
They don't get this milkman off my screen.
Let's talk about Ron Killings coming in, handling business against the last real champ, hitting him from behind, sneak attacks.
This is lovely. It sucks because what I'm about to say, it just plays until, like, of course, John Cena, for everything he's going through and everything he's doing right now, of course, the one guy that wants to attack him weekly is a crayon.
Jeez. But it makes sense, man.
Listen, this is probably the only, and John Cena, this is probably going to be the only black man that John Cena faces or gets beat up by during this whole championship run that he's going to have. Okay. And I like the storyline. If we're going to have somebody beat his ass, have the black man beat his ass.
Yep.
Have his childhood hero beat his ass. John playing this shit lovely, dog. The storyline that he's playing right now, I don't like. I mean, we know his wrestling ability. We know all that out the window. He don't got to do that now. He's Hulk Hogan. He's literally Hulk Hogan living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Did we talk baseball on the show? Devers trade?
Oh, yeah. We have to talk that baseball trade. We have to talk Rafael Devers to the San Francisco Giants. Happened after the Red Sox sweep of the Yankees this weekend. and actually beating the Yankees 4 out of the last 5 games they played. So the Red Sox doing Red Sox things, man. Trading their DH away, trading another cornerstone of their what once upon a time was a team of Mookie Betts, Rafael Devers, and there was somebody else. Yep.
Benintendi was the other guy. A bunch of them. That whole team was stacked, and we got rid of. He was the last one left of that team, and he's gone now. And I'm actually glad. From what I hear, we got a bunch of arms in the deal, which is what we needed. Our bullpen needs help. And Devers was kind of being a cancer, bro. He kind of was not great in the locker room. Yeah, I'm glad I called this early in the season. We got to move on from him. We got to trade him. And finally, we did it. But I hear people comparing this to the Mookie deal. When we got rid of Mookie to the West Coast, it's not remotely the same.
It's not at all.
You know what the best
player.
You know what they did with this deal? That was the smartest thing the Red Sox could have done. They pulled the ultimate best business move to where the Giants have completely assumed the whole contract of Devers. They're completely washed their hands of him. They don't have to pay him at all. It's over.
No Bobby Bonilla bullshit for us.
That's all on the Giants now. And I do like that you guys got Jordan Hicks. I know he ain't what he used to be, but he's still a reliable arm for that bullpen that's much, much needed.
His ERA is always a nightmare, but yes, he can get in there and eat up some innings and help for sure. But yeah, good move. Bye-bye, Devers. Good luck.
Cool. That's some baseball. We got some wrestling in there. We got y'all taken care of.
Hey, can I throw one more thing in that wrestling topic, Dale?
Yeah, go ahead.
Haiku Leo finally debuted on Main Event.
Oh yeah, I see
that. Main event match. That's weird, huh?
I'm honestly wondering what side he will go to. Will he be with Solo and his brother Tama, or will he side with Jacob? It's going to be interesting. I want to see where he goes. I hope he goes with Jacob. I'm not going to lie. That throw a real monkey wrench in the system. But I kind of don't want to do that because they could bring in – because I don't want them to do that at the same time, though, because this could bring back an old tag team from the Indies, and they bring in Zilla, and Jacob and Zilla start running shit. That'd be fun.
I want to see all of them together, just like one huge.
Just look up a family picture, Dale. You'll get it that way.
No.
They're already doing too much crazy shit in the business, man. So the most that you got out of that was what you got a couple years back until it ended early this year. You won't get nothing like that no more. You just have to see that on a documentary or something. Like Jake said, look at the picture.
Backstage.
Backstage.
Random. Today in NBA history, the Warriors beat the Cavaliers for their, I think, first championship.
Oh, was that the one where LeBron looked at J.R. Smith like?
No, that was
might have been that. That might have been the second one.
That was that was the third meeting between them two. That was the third meeting between Golden State and Cleveland.
Still one of the best memes.
That game, I was on vacation, and J.R. Smith called that timeout. LeBron looked at him like, "What you doing?
You gotta shoot the ball." He pulled it out. That was the crazy thing. Like, he dribbled all the way out like they had time. He was like, "There's no time."
And everybody, LeBron said, "We didn't have no timeouts. We didn't have no timeouts." And nobody said nothing to him. It was just like J.R. Smith still to this day sits there and says how emotional he got, as he realized what he had done.
Henny will make you emotional.
And then after that, and then after that game, shortly thereafter, he enrolled in college and became a golfer.
Yes, he sure did. Shout out to Durant, man. He was one of those guys that got drafted out of high school.
Yep.
Great player.
He did have some college eligibility left. Let's go.
Yeah. Also, his ability, he could have been a superstar. He had a jumper. He had all the athleticism. He had handle. He basically was Kobe.
Man,
but imagine putting your franchise on him.
Listen,
drafting him number one.
Listen, him Him, Melo, and Iverson should have won an NBA championship, and that didn't happen. That pissed me off.
No, that is 3 guys who are allergic to passing.
You know, that's
You take turns.
That's a pretty good thing there, Will.
Random
NFL NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see
of the day.
That's Will's bit on Monday.
I randomly do it when it shows up. I give the news. It was on the TV, so I said,
excuse me.
Shout out J.R. Smith, man. You made my team
Shout
suck.
out to J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith and Wesson.
Definitely, he was a shooter. Chucker.
All right, final thoughts, shout outs. Let's start up with you, Jake.
Shout out to you, fellas.
Hey, shout out to using this new mic. I like it. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach and Unc being here earlier, and I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Sexy voice, Jake.
Yeah. This has been Jake After Dark.
There you go. Will?
Hey, Will, what do you call a gay housewife? An LGBTQ. Oh, gay house fire. An LGBTQ. Lord, they're going to come after me for that one. Shout out to you, fellas. Shout out to the chat. Great show for the Parlay Perspective. We will see you tomorrow. What's the homework for the chop up?
I don't know, Mr. General Store guy.
I think they was in ice cream. They had a bunch of ice cream. They was going to try some shit.
Gonna sample some caramel.
You know what's
caramel
funny
candy.
is he's making this bit about me, but early on he couldn't find things himself, and he was bitching about that. Now I'm the guy with the general store who don't got anything. Motherfuckers at Walmart. You want from me? You know what? I hope I can get overnight delivery of them Pop-Tart fucking ice creams. I'm gonna show your ass.
There you go. Yes.
That's the Will we miss.
No, this is what he fucking don't give. I shouldn't even do it. This is what he wanted. He wanted to annoy me into doing it, and he has.
But no, that was like the best part about that was like true annoyance with a great clap back in like the most normal Bostonian accent you had. It was amazing. I love it.
I'll take it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to no need to buy it again. Yeah, you're done.
It just tastes nice right to me.
Definitely want to send a shout out to Unc for being here. Shout out to Culture for making it. I want to give a rest in peace, man, to Andrea. Didn't know her like that. You know, I've met her a few times. Passed away today, man. So rest in peace to you, Andrea. Condolences to you and your family.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Andrea from where?
I knew her through a few of my friends that went to Charlestown High.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
So yeah, she was a beautiful soul, man. Beautiful person, man. So,
yeah,
fuck cancer.
Absolutely. Also on that note, man, shout out to P Dollar, man. We think about you, bro. Praying for you for sure.
Shout out to P Dollar, man.
See you tomorrow. Yeah. Shout out to Anthony, Mike, coming through, commenting on the show, man. We appreciate you guys, man.
Damn it, Bobby, where were you?
Check out the chop up tomorrow. We're gonna be talking a bunch of foolishness. Bring a friend, bring your enemy, bring in somebody. So we're gonna have a good time tomorrow, man. So
hey, Unc, how that Thunder game looking? But 2 halves though. Just remember, Indiana's the comeback dog. So
oh no, they need to figure it out without Halliburton. He's dealing with a calf injury, and him in the first half, 0 points, 0 for 5 field goals in 17 minutes.
Do you know what's crazy?
Rough.
He's been dealing with calf issues for about the last year and a half. And it sucks that it happens at this moment right here, where he's trying to solidify himself as a superstar. But before we leave tonight, it's okay to be a star. It's okay to be a star in this modern day NBA nowadays. There's so many great players, so much nice talent. There's only a selected few that get played and chosen as a superstar. And though Halliburton may not be a superstar in my eyes, a star is something that I would never be. So shout out to Halliburton.
Hey, you a star here. Cut that out. You a star here.
I'm talking about NBA. I don't want to be a star in the league. I always want to be a star in the league. I don't know star in the league. But Halliburton is, man. So shout out to him, man. Keep pushing, baby. You'll get that superstar status on your chest one day.
all right. Be sure you guys go over to stwfsports.com and get your latest news about sports. So check it out. And we will see you guys tomorrow for the chop up. So see y'all later. We out.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.